Hey, this is Wes from PC Gamer, and I am back with Will Chesney, video producer with PC Gamer, to play more Dwarf Fortress.
Hello.
Hey, it's been a few days for us. I think I have forgotten everything I learned about Dwarf Fortress last week. I remember zoning out places for our animals to graze. I remember we started digging out a fort, but I may have forgotten what few simple I don't know, muscle memory I had started to develop for going into the build menu and that stuff. So it's going to be, it's going to take some work for me to get back up to speed.
Possibly a rocky start, yeah.
But that's okay. I mean,
yeah, that's Dwarf Fortress.
I wasn't exactly an expert yet.
Yeah.
But before we start playing,
yes,
Will, you should look behind your laptop, on which you have
oh man,
all your Dwarf Fortress tips.
There's a birthday cupcake for me, which is awesome, even though it's not my birthday. It's somebody's birthday, I guess.
Somebody had a birthday. There was a birthday cupcake sitting alone, really sad, in a box. They probably had other birthday cupcakes in it at one point.
And I often sit alone in a box, so it was a match made in heaven.
So while you eat that cupcake, which I'm really jealous about.
Do you want to split it?
No, you eat it. I don't need to eat the cupcake. What should I be doing in Dwarf Fortress?
Well, I just took a big bite of cupcake. But
yeah, I wanted to talk with your mouth full so that people think that you're disgusting.
It's atmospheric. So, if I remember correctly, where we left off, we had pastured our grazing animals, and we had set a refuse pile. We had cut down a couple trees, and we were starting to dig.
Yeah, so we dug down 4 levels here.
Did you say dig dug?
We dug down.
Yeah.
4 levels underground, and we started building some workshops, I think.
Yes, we did. Look at that. Cool.
So these guys might still...
No, I think they're still doing stuff.
Are they still doing stuff?
Yeah.
We can look at...
Yeah, let's hit pause.
Is it reports?
No.
Or job list?
Jobs, so...
J?
Yeah.
They're building some doors.
With a bed. Nice.
Astesh, our carpenter, is building a bed. Somebody's going to want to sleep. The miners and farmer and cook and our leader
are doing nothing.
They're just chilling, yeah.
Cybrex not pulling his weight.
He needs to start laying down some commandments, right? I mean, that's his job. I guess that's kind of my job.
So I would say, as I eat more cupcake, I'm going to try to eat the cupcake while you're speaking. I would say we should...
fun, come on.
It's delicious, it's chocolate. We should dig more.
Deeper, out more?
Up to you. I'm gonna try to take a little bit of a hands-off guidance approach.
Let me fail on my own.
Yeah.
By my own.
So one of the nice things about the 3D-ness of Dwarf Fortress is you can build rooms on top of rooms instead of next to rooms, which, if you get creative, means you can have the dwarves travel
smaller distances.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting from place to place.
Okay. So they're not, walking down, a corridor of bedrooms that just stretches across half the map.
Now, does it make sense when you're designing your, initial level or 2 of your fortress? We designed this very narrow hallway for entrance, so that we can eventually line it with traps, and if any goblins or elves, God forbid elves, try to get in here, that we can kill them. So does it make sense also for the next level down to be similarly tight quarters, so that if they get through that hallway, they're not immediately just roaming free in your vast, catacomb of rooms?
Depends on your strategy. I'd say once they're in, they're in. So what we'll probably eventually want to do is up by our first staircase there, near the surface, we'll want to make a little room there for our military to hang out, like a little training area. Another big thing about Dwarf Fortress is the trading caravans that come through. And for our first year, I think it's in autumn, our first dwarven caravan will come to trade. And then later,
that's going to be a while, because of all the time we've spent so far.
Yeah, we've been
about 2 minutes of actual like real time.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to dig, just like go crazy and dig out a big cavern. You know, I don't need
Yeah.
it for big rooms necessarily, but
One suggestion, or one thing to be aware of, is whether you're digging in stone or in dirt. So if you go back up, you see you're actually...
pink as dirt, right?
Yeah, and I think where we are, it's actually like a sandy loam, maybe.
So we can check that with like K, right?
Yep, we can look.
Clay
Oh,
loam
clay
wall.
loam. Oh, interesting.
So is there any cave-in potential here?
So cave-ins, last time I played, I have no idea if any of this was changed in the update, but I don't think it is. Cave-ins can happen anytime you have a piece of ceiling or wall, or however you want to think of it, that's not connected to anything else. It'll drop. If there's nothing below it, there's nothing connected to it. I believe it can be connected from above. So I believe you can have some, like almost like a stalactite hanging down, or is that stalagmite? I don't know. Which one comes from the floor?
Stalactites hang tight from the
Nice,
ceiling.
hang
Stalagmites
tight.
reach upwards
Sweet.
with great might, I guess.
Yeah, nice, like a fist.
So, okay, so I want to carve out a big old cavern on my
Yeah.
first floor. Maybe we'll just have like parties in there. I don't know.
Yeah, and the other thing you'll want to do is underground farming, which will be for all your dwarven plants, and those can all be in a dirt layer below the ground. So
So maybe that first layer could be a farm.
could be some farms.
So this one
of here.
spot is where we've got stairs right now.
Yes.
And everything around that is just completely
wall.
just undug. So I
Yeah.
should just like start digging this out and then expand from there.
I like it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I believe. Is it D to?
D&D.
Hitting D and nothing's happening.
Oh, so
building.
go back into it. Oh, not building. You had it right. So hit D.
Oh, I had it on designations.
Designations.
D again.
Mine. So you're set to mine. You just use enter now to select the area you
Oh,
want
it's
to mine
enter.
out.
I was hitting space.
So yeah. So that's nice. It'll just do a whole
Yeah, the menu.
3x3.
And unpause. And watch somebody
start digging.
come in here and dig that shit out. And then he's gone.
Cool. So
let's-
might as well pause again.
What if I just don't pause anymore?
We could do
Just
that.
never pause. Probably be a really fast way to kill myself, right?
Maybe. It'll take a little while for that, but it's
It starts
nice to-
starving and stuff.
Yeah.
Run out of booze, and then they'd get really mad.
And that's something to be thinking about.
What's this clay loam cavern floor? Rough-hewn phyllite wall.
Oh, so we ran into some.
What's there a wall doing here?
That's just what it calls anything that's, you know.
But there's a floor and a wall right next to each other.
Oh, just because your dwarves are digging out in a weird pattern. That's all.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So once they clear out the rest of that space, it'll all be floor. Dig it out. So I've got some workshop production for the bed, for wood stuff. I'm guessing we're going to need like a kitchen pretty soon.
A kitchen and a still.
brewery, a still.
Yeah. And in fact, your other dwarves aren't doing anything. So what you could do is go back down to your workshop level.
I'm gonna give these guys one more digging designation to kind of even this out a little bit. Sweet.
And then
Pause.
I'll let you learn for yourself.
Learn what?
They can't actually reach what you just designated.
Because of the walls.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But you can just designate those walls to be dug out as well.
All right.
I'm trying to let you learn for
Mine.
yourself. It's hard for me not to grab the keyboard from you. No, wait, let me do this.
You idiot.
Wasn't going to say that. So
You were just thinking it.
just on the inside. So if you go check out your workshop layer,
I like watching them.
dig.
Yep. All right. Workshops.
The other things, I think we have a carpentry workshop and a mason's workshop.
Yeah, we've got Mason there. This is the carpenters.
Yep.
And we just have some empty rooms over here.
So we could do other things that would be good. Would be a mechanics workshop, because then you can start making components for traps.
So that's under building, right? The
Mhm.
workshops.
Yep. And then another W for
Drops
yeah.
W.
There you go.
You said mechanics would be good.
Yeah,
Key.
good to have. Sweet. Choose what to make it out of.
And let's see, I guess
Yeah, that works. You got 30.
highlight, since it's still just on the floor right
Yeah,
there.
so you can see the distance here. The phylight's 0 distance, so it means it's under what we're building.
Right.
So is the cobaltite.
So I could use cherry wood logs, but that would be stupid because I
Right,
have to
'cause
go
they're
get
super
them
far.
from somewhere
You can see you have 34 pieces of phyllite
left
so,
to be used.
Yeah.
So no brainer to use the phyllite.
I mean, once you really get into it, you can try to only build things with certain color. I had this one game where I went super OCD and I had a huge cavern dug out where I had all my stone, my unused stone, in different stockpiles based on
sorted.
their color. Yeah, so I sorted them all, and then I could have my dwarfs take from one or a different, pile depending on.
One of
they were
my
doing.
friends who is quite a Dwarf Fortress fan has built a massive, 8-story or so tower,
Oh, nice.
the top floor of which is a perfect pixel art replica of Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty
That's
tower.
awesome.
I think it's going to be a while before I get to that point. So
Yeah.
I was thinking about placing my bed, but I don't really want to put it on this layer because this is clearly the workshops layer.
Yeah.
So we want to go up a little bit. These guys are still digging. I guess I again didn't quite fill in my proper dig commands here.
And
Didn't I tell them to dig this stuff?
yeah, they're doing it. I think.
They just
I think they're
pause?
just yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're just on pause.
Just pause.
Yeah.
The river over there.
Um,
I could dig into that
flowing
river
river.
and kill everybody.
yeah. Well, it'd just probably kill the person who dug there.
Kill
Um,
anybody below, probably.
yeah.
It would go down the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Or would it flood down the stairs?
Yep. Yep. The water, the fluid simulation in this is pretty good, which is kind of cool. So I would say you got them doing that. Nobody's doing your. Oh, you know what? Did somebody build a mechanics workshop?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. It's built.
It's built.
Nice.
It's right there.
That's crazy. And so if you hit Q, that's your cursor to look at different workshops. So,
Add a task on
Yeah.
here.
So-
make rock mechanisms.
Yep. So you make a few.
What
handful.
are rock mechanisms?
They're just going to be mechanisms that allow you to build other things. So mechanisms are used in levers, and dwarves love levers, which can be used to raise or lower a drawbridge.
Right. So I'm making
stuff like
5
that.
rock,
Yeah.
rock mechanisms.
And if I'm not crazy, I think, our expedition leaders are mechanics, so hopefully he'll go and do that.
Sweet. And his,
Yeah, it looks like he is doing that, I think, judging by the fact that we have 6 idlers.
So I'm gonna dig out a sleeping area.
Cool.
I think it's time.
Yeah.
How big should I make that?
So
'Cause I've only got 6 dwarves right now. 7 dwarves.
7
right now.
dwarves.
Of course. 7 dwarves.
Yes. Ha ha ha. So I like to give them individual rooms.
Does that make
That makes them
make
happy.
them happy?
But I tend to do rooms of 3 units. I don't know, meters, whatever our scale is here.
Big enough for a bed, but not.
So a bed and a chest or something like that. If I want to give them another.
So you mean
piece of
like 3 by
furniture.
3?
No, just 1 by 3 even.
Wow. So they just need. They really don't need much.
They don't
space.
need that much space. Later, you'll get nobles who will want more space, but that's later.
Pricks.
Yeah. So you can do like a hallway, or and do a bunch of rooms off of a hallway, or you can do like a weird grid. And you got to think also, in terms of like doorways, so they can have their own closable space. Should be cool. Sweet. Look at that.
So maybe I'm gonna make like a double wide hallway.
Cool.
And then make some 1x3 rooms shooting off of that, maybe.
Cool. Yeah.
Let's try that.
And then another thing to think about, and so also just remember that one of those will be a door.
Door, so it needs to go one further probably.
Yeah. Nice.
What else do you usually put in the room besides the bed?
I'll put like a chest or a cabinet.
So for them to keep their stuff?
Yeah.
They have possessions?
They do have possessions. You can actually look at the dwarves. I can't remember exactly how you check possessions. I'd like to take this moment to remind our audience that I am not an expert in Dwarf Fortress.
But you're proficient in Fortress craft.
So all the dwarves, they have their different skills, and the skills are all rated, and sort of the ratings go up as they, the more they do the tasks.
So they can walk over objects like beds and chests and stuff like that.
So proficient is one of the skill levels the dwarfs get. So I'll take it. It's after skilled and before talented. So I'm not talented.
So I just commanded someone to go place the bed.
Nice.
In that room.
And you also have doors.
I do have some doors. I don't remember how many I built, but I built a few. So we can go to building, door. I might just have one.
Yeah, we'll see actually. I think it'll let you choose which door to put. So, you have three doors.
Three doors, cool.
Nice.
So I can do that again.
Yeah, might as well set them all.
Firelight doors this time. Door placement. Oh, gotta put it here. Granite doors.
Dwarf Fortress. Watch us place doors. And do you have any more beds?
Door simulator. I only built one bed.
Oh, okay.
But
well, you could set your workshop to be
building beds right now.
The other thing you could do is if you go to your workshop level.
Is it L to look at?
K to look.
To look
Q.
At work.
Q. Yeah.
And then just highlight the right one.
Yeah.
It was the carpenter who built doors.
Yeah. And something that I like to do, I think I got it from some forum or something at some point, but you can make a stockpile around your workshop that is whatever the material the workshop uses. So you can make a wood stockpile around your workshop. That way other dwarves who aren't doing anything will come and bring wood for the carpenter, for example.
Even though, did I make the bed, and I made the bed out of wood, were the doors made out of stone though?
I believe the doors were made out of stone.
They were firelight, so I must have made those at the masons, probably. Rock door. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, some people are going to have way better soundproofing than some of the dwarves are going to have really nice doors. Some of them are going to have okay doors. Well, it's cool. They're different colors though.
Yeah. Oh,
one guy's getting some Z's.
He's already claimed that room. Right. So you can actually, if you pause it real quick, I'll show you how to.
Paused.
Yeah. Here, wait, get out of this menu and then hit pause again. There you go. So now if you go to Q, you can actually select the bed as a room and make it into a bedroom.
Nice.
Yeah. And then you just hit enter.
Now is this going to overlap with...
It's okay if the walls overlap.
Okay.
It's not going to count that. Yeah. And then just leave it like that. Somebody will claim it.
I don't need to sign the bed.
You don't need to. And that's really more if you have like a special room that you want like for a specific dwarf.
I mean, once we really get to know all the dwarves, maybe we want them to stay in particular places.
That's true. Yeah.
We want to give.
Yeah. Who is that?
Like Kivish, our miner.
Kivish.
He's
yeah.
working hard. We might want to give Kivish a nicer room.
Right.
Or a leader. We might want to give him a nicer room.
And Kivish is also our brewer, which we'll have to get to eventually.
He's pretty important.
Yeah, he's maybe we might have.
If he dies, there's going to be no one to make booze. Our mining is going to be crippled.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad. All right, so I'm
Industry.
going to place.
So
my doors aren't built yet.
And then the other thing, so we can set stockpiles if you want to do that next, and that'll get your other dwarfs
So
busy.
put those down by the.
Actually,
here.
hit pause for a sec. Hit J. Let's see what all your dwarves are
everybody's
doing.
doing.
Yeah. Oh, sleeping. They're sleeping. That's what they're doing.
Sleeping's good. So they're just like sleeping above ground right now,
Yeah.
probably.
Under the stars.
Let's look up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just getting some Z's.
So, and right now, because we haven't designated a dining hall or meeting area, they're counting the caravan as their
That's their gathering
That's
place.
their gathering.
This makes
spot,
sense.
Exactly. So eventually we're going to want to dig out a dining room. And that might be a nice place to build a kitchen or still off of.
In that big open
yeah.
area, or the common room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can also do our farm on this level.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll dig another
We got
thing somewhere.
plenty of space.
Yeah.
Plenty of
We
space.
can go down forever.
I'm going to unpause and let some building
Yeah.
happen so that I can put the rest of my beds
Do you want to
in.
do stockpiles?
Stockpiles, yes.
So P for
P.
stockpiles, and then you can set the
And
type.
I guess stone probably
Yep.
first.
And so you can do that around the mason. And
I got it right there.
Yeah.
P, S for stone.
Yep.
Did it again.
There you go.
You can hit X to remove that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so enter to go up here.
So I would do one over the whole thing. So if you
Go
into a corner to a corner, yeah. Is that not?
did I do that
Oh,
right?
you know what? Hit S again. There you go. I think you were still on remove.
Okay.
Cool.
That definitely changed to the floor graphic.
Yeah, and you can do that
Do
to
for wood.
You can do another stone one around the mechanics also. And then after you do this, I would suggest going into the settings for those stone ones. So there's a lot of different types of stones, and you don't want your mason's not going to be using gold ore to make doors. So
how do I change the settings of?
So you'll change the settings by using Q again.
Yes.
Oop. So it turns out there is a little stockpile right there. So this is a stockpile in your little empty room at the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. That's fine.
So, okay. So you want to go in there.
Let's change settings. Stone.
So,
additional options.
No, you want to go into stone.
There's a stone submenu.
Yeah. So you want to turn off metal ores. So that'll be F to forbid, which is a little.
Forbid metal
Yeah.
ores. Do we want clay in the masons?
No, he's not going to use that. And then other stone is good. Economic stone. You want to turn that off too.
I'm not seeing a lot of the stones he's been building.
Yeah,
with
there.
So far.
If you go over further, that's a tiny portion of a list. Well, okay, that one's not
this
the other.
one.
Yeah,
The other stone list.
yeah.
Has
So we got
a lot of stuff.
hella stones.
Some phyllite, some schist,
Schist.
schist. I don't know stone pronunciations really well. I can pronounce conglomerate.
Geologists make the bedrock.
So other stones
Okay,
and
cool.
economic.
So
that's good.
it'll turn off economic actually,
Turn off
because
economic.
with forbid, yeah. So it's
No.
just other stones.
Oh,
And then,
I hit D to disable.
oh no.
So
Okay, so
F,
forbid
F.
that. Great.
So just other stone.
Yeah, perfect.
And we
Then
should
you
do
can
the
do the
same
same.
for. Probably want all the wood, right?
Yeah, we don't have any specific
And
woods we
then
want him to use. Or
The
not use.
mechanic. What does he use?
Same stuff.
So turn off
Yeah.
these guys.
And we'll probably have other stockpiles later for our other stones, for our economic and stuff stone. So yeah, you can see them.
So now everybody's like, okay, we got to move
Yeah.
We gotta move some stone around.
Now, one thing to think about also is, right now everybody is permitted to haul stuff. So if you have an important dwarf, or a busy dwarf, I should say, you don't necessarily want them to be hauling when they
stuff
should
around,
be.
yeah.
They should be making doors, but instead they're hauling.
They have more
wood.
important things to do.
Yeah. So that's something we can set too if we find our carpenter or our mason are getting distracted.
So they're pulling a lot of wood. So they've got a
Yeah.
lot of wood to store right now. So yeah, we might
Yeah.
actually want to tell.
Well,
I guess this guy's building.
Once they've filled the stockpile,
They'll stop.
they'll stop. Yeah.
And it's a fairly small room, so that
Yeah.
won't take very long.
So and that's unique to stone and it's unique to stone and wood, as far as I know. Basically, they only use one space per unit.
Unit of material.
Whereas other stuff, they'll stack or they'll put it, wherever. I don't know. But look at them dragging those stones.
It's probably hungry work.
Yeah. Hopefully nobody's starving yet.
Let's see,
We brought plenty of food.
Oh, we got some beds and some doors now. Let's go ahead
Nice.
and finish off the bedroom up here.
Yeah.
Bedrooms.
That'll
Bed.
make some people happy.
Yeah.
And by people, I mean dwarfs.
They're probably about ready to sleep. I don't think we gave them a full night's sleep up by the wagon.
Yeah, and if you actually look at their descriptions, you can see, this dwarf had a full night's sleep recently, or this dwarf slept restlessly because of construction, or whatever. So I guess that's all we have made.
Yeah, it
so
said
far.
3 doors, but
Maybe it meant 3 doors built. Look at all those beds. So you can make those bedrooms now.
that's right.
What was you
the
desire?
Q?
You can.
Forbid passage.
Yeah, so you can keep them out.
R, make bedroom.
And we can see.
Oh, this one. Still make it a bedroom.
It's up to you.
Can you make it a bedroom without a door?
Yeah, you can. You might have to. What's it doing? Cool. Yeah, let's see who that other one's assigned to, just for fun. Let's see if somebody adopted that room. Which you can do with Q also. Actually. So if you
Current owner,
click
nobody.
Yeah. There you go.
Pervad,
Pervad.
nobody. It probably just they have to sleep in it for it to.
Yeah.
Be
to be
claimed.
claimed. Yeah.
And they're too busy hauling.
Oh, busy
Cat
hauling.
came to hang out.
Wonder if the cat has adopted anyone yet.
Cat doesn't get a room, does it?
No, but it'll
Adopt
adopt
a
a
dwarf.
dwarf. Yeah.
What's this right here?
I don't know.
This
Go
pink
look at it.
thing.
Some kind of pink bush. Some kind of crazy plant. Leeks. Cool. Yeah.
Is that-
And you know what you could do is if
Should we harvest the leeks?
yeah, if we want to do like an above ground plot, if you pause it. Oh my God! What are these things down here? What is that creature?
Are those the yaks? We set
Oh
the,
yeah,
we
yeah,
set
yeah,
the
yeah,
yaks
yeah,
down
yeah,
there.
yeah. Those are our yaks.
Those are our yak bulls.
Cool.
Along with lots of dense mountain avens and mountain aven flowers.
Huh.
And cotton grass tufts.
Ooh. Wonder if we could.
Start making some shirts.
Yeah, make some shirts, make some socks. So
Dwarves love socks.
they do love socks. So cool. This is happening. You got some bedrooms
Door.
going on.
Wait, oh, I said F for cabinet instead of D for door.
Happens to me all the
Whoops.
time.
Can barely tell the difference.
Yeah. Oh, nice. And you have your last door also. Bedrooms.
All right.
So a dining room, a kitchen, a brewery, and farms. Our farm plots are probably the next things, the next overarching things you should worry about.
I think I need to make one more bed.
Yeah.
Did I make 7? I made 6, didn't I? 6 bedrooms.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's screwed. I don't know. I don't want to build another bedroom. Fuck them.
Oh man.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't say that.
I'm just kidding. They're going to have a really nice room.
They're gonna have the best room. So I'm gonna hit. Isn't it L to?
For K to look, or
No,
what are you trying?
for the
Q?
It's always Q. Why can I not remember Q?
Except when it's not. Just wait.
So I guess I'm gonna make 2 more beds.
Just to have an extra for fun.
Yeah, since I need to build.
Oh,
that-
that's true.
need to
That's
build
true. I
that last
forgot we
bedroom.
only have 5. Yeah. Well, this is cool.
So I can also designate to mine out another bedroom.
Sweet.
Extend this hallway a little bit.
Yeah. And you can just go, yeah.
Dig that out. Come on, dwarves.
There they are, they're the dwarves. So who our miners are Kivish and Iral.
Like the Urals? Like the Ural Mountains?
No, with an I.
Ilral.
Iral.
I like Kivish. I'm gonna like him even more once he starts brewing.
Yeah.
So let's build that last bed, or those last 2 beds.
Sweet.
And let's build a couple doors. It's just 1 door.
Sweet.
And then designate
some rooms.
I remember.
Oh,
it was
you gotta wait for the for them to actually build it.
of course.
Is that last one a room yet? No.
This one?
The far
Oh, down
right.
here?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess you already made it one. Cool. I couldn't remember.
Got all of them. Yep.
Yeah. Do.
Get those beds in there. Bam. All right. Q.
Nice.
Make bedroom. Make bedroom.
Cool.
All right. So before we wrap up for today, let's try to get those last few necessities built.
Okay. Cool.
So this is going to be farm area.
Yeah.
What do you think we should get started on first? Farm or like common area and cooking and
I would get your farm, get a couple plots in. Here, if you hit Z, you'll go into your status, and then you can kind of look and see. Oh, we got a couple miners and stuff.
I have an axe lord. That's exciting. One of my dwarves.
Or no,
is
that's
oh,
a
that's
woodworker.
none.
Yeah,
Damn.
I know.
Man,
Not yet.
an
Someday
axe lord?
maybe.
I want an axe lord like right now.
I want to be an axe lord.
Wonder how much.
It sounds a lot like Star Lord, which is I still haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, you haven't
but,
seen it
no,
yet?
I want to.
You got to see Guardians.
We just dated when we're recording this.
We
also.
published this in August 2014. If you're watching this in the far future,
Yeah.
and you're like, I just saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
So if you scroll over, you can look at the kitchen and we can see what we got going on in there. So we got some
Now,
prepared grackle brain.
Is the kitchen is stuff being cooked out of the caravan right now?
No,
or is this
nothing's
just
being cooked.
Stuff we brought with us?
This is just to see what we have. So if you look, we can see that you've got different seeds. We've got our dimple cup spawn, our plump helmet spawn. So those are both mushrooms, and then our cave wheat seeds are sweet pod seeds, and our rock nuts, and our pigtail seeds. So we can plant all of those. Basically, we can make farm plots for each of them.
Gotcha. So here's a big farm space.
Yeah.
Do we do that with designating? No.
We're actually going to build a farm plot.
Building.
Yeah.
Farm
I think
plot.
it's a plot.
Is it P for plot?
I believe so. So we're both leaning
Farm
in to see to see where things are. So and now this will work differently from other
So
buildings.
This soil, no good.
Yeah, so you got to
This
go
is
over in the
okay.
red. So this works differently. This works the same way as building a wall, which we haven't done. So you actually need to use UM, K, and H to change the size and shape of the farm plot.
Wow.
Because efficiency or something. So I like to do for each plot 3, 5, or 7, just based on like maybe go 7 even. I think 7's the minimum amount you can fertilize with 2 pieces of fertilizer or something like that.
Minimum or maximum?
Minimum. So like, oh yeah, maybe it's the maximum. You know what? I should have my little data sheet in front of me. But
what if I just went 8?
and just did it.
Just do 8.
Balls to the wall. Let's just do it.
So now I need to. Are they just going to plant whatever there?
They'll. You have to designate what they'll plant there after they make it.
So it'll be designated as a
one
is a
type
built
of
plot,
thing.
and then we'll designate what they build
or what they
plant.
Yeah. So
Do I
you're
need
going to want to
leave-
make.
Do I need to leave spaces between?
I do, but I have no idea if you have
Because
to.
that's how real rows
Right.
of farmland work. But I don't know if in Dwarf Fortress if they can just walk on the stuff without damaging it.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, does that actually matter?
I don't know.
We can leave a space.
Yeah, why not? We want 6 of them though. So there's 6 types of underground plants.
All right, I changed my mind. I'm just gonna
Just
put
do
them
it
right
each,
next to each
yeah.
other and see what happens.
Yeah. If they stand on the crops and ruin them, then well, they'll starve. So hopefully they won't do that.
And that's their fault.
Yeah. What's that, 4?
Yeah. 5.
Sweet. Cool. Sweet. Yeah. Good. Love it.
All right, and
We'll see what happens.
So they have to build it first, and then we can designate it.
Yeah. So I think our 2 farmers just came down. Who are our farmers? One of them is Irvad, and then I'm gonna see if I can figure out who our other farmer is. Just
Kivish the miner, Irvad the farmer.
I think
Ilron
Cadul.
was. Say that again.
Cadul is I think our other.
Dwarves
other
don't
farmer?
have the easiest names to pronounce.
Yeah. So it looks like he's might have been finished with that plot. So if you go to Q,
yeah, it's like
surprise, you can set what you want each thing to be, and I think you actually, yeah.
So I only have 4 things.
So you only have 4 this season. So if you look down at the bottom here, you see that you're selecting for spring.
Okay.
So I would do maybe 2 dimple cup plots, or maybe not dimple cups, 2 sweet pods, 2 plum helmets, maybe because those are both food. I think dimple cup is for dye.
So sweet pods. Is it F to build it? It says F to fertilize. Is that?
No, so that's F is marking whether you're going to be fertilizing it, which we don't have any fertilizer
So how do I
yet,
designate?
so.
Just enter.
Just enter, yeah.
Because it's not.
Yeah. You got it. It turns white.
Oh,
So that one's a dimple cup.
wait, but we didn't want to do dimple cups.
Yeah. Well, we want 1 of each, and then
Okay.
since you'll have extra, you can do.
So that one's dimple cups. Let's do some sweet pods, plum helmets, quarry bushes.
Cool.
Got 1 left over.
Might as well do another quarry bush just for the hell of it. Cool. So now you've set spring. You might want to go in and set the next season too, just to have them ready.
And we'll use the same location.
Yeah.
So
Well, it'll be different. So if you hit B, you'll switch over to selecting
summer.
Yeah. So now you'll see there's actually 6 different types.
So let's put some pigtails.
Cool.
And
then you're gonna hit C
gonna
again.
hit
Or
B
B, I'm
again.
sorry. Yeah.
Some cave wheat.
Love cave wheat.
What's so great about cave wheat?
It's tasty.
I'm gonna do some more cave wheat.
Sweet.
Let's see here. Sweet pods.
Oh, you're back on, yeah.
It's cave wheat. This one. Let's go to plump helmets. Are plump helmets for food?
Food or drink. I think you can eat them.
So they're useful.
Yeah, I think you can brew with them.
Can you brew with pigtails? Because that sounds a little gross, but...
No, I think pigtails are used for making clothes. So you basically spin the pigtails into thread and then into sheets.
All right.
Sweet.
So that's going to all get planted. Or some of it will be planted. I guess the rest will be planted in a few months.
At some point, yeah.
A few in-game months.
Look at them planting. Look at that cat.
Don't mess with my planting cat.
I don't know where it was. I can't remember.
Wait, is that all the planting they did?
They should do some more. I'm sure they'll come back.
They're going to get the
getting
seeds.
the seeds.
Got
Yeah.
it. Lots of action.
I think
happening up
Cadul
here.
is the one who looks, or Cadul. I like Cadul. It sounds more dwarfish. I think Cadul is the one that looks like Guile from Street Fighter 2 with this graphic
Our cook
mod.
here?
Yeah.
Our cook and farmer?
Yeah, go down to the farm. Let's see. No, not that guy. The other guy looks like...
So that's not Cadul.
Yeah, I think that's the other dude. That's
Urvad.
Urvad. Yeah. Sweet. There, yeah. Doesn't he kind of...
He's
kind of got the
He's got the
Guile-
flat top.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got the flat top.
He's going to Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom some
pigtails.
some pigtails and some plump heads and
Yeah.
whatever else. All right, well, I think it's about time for us to kick off and head home.
I love
but
it.
we built a lot more today than we did last time.
Picking up a little bit more momentum.
We've still got a whole empty layer here we can do whatever with.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of bedrooms though.
Still need a dining hall, a kitchen. You know what we could also do?
We need to
let's
get that-
pause it while we talk. Just
Need to get
'cause
that still
it's gonna
going.
run. We could also set one of our dwarves who's idling to be fishing, just to get some more
Interesting.
food. Just we can do that next time. But that's something while we're building the kitchen and stuff. Maybe we can set somebody as a fisher
For the first feast of
the feast
of the fortress.
the fortress feast, the fortress fish feast.
All right, well, I'm going to call it there. But next time, fishing,
Fishing,
feasting,
feasting,
beer,
beer,
maybe some other stuff. But
dining hall.
that
We'll have to
that
build
seems like
some
the
tables and
the
chairs.
important shit to me.
Yeah,
Fishing, feasting,
and
beer.
at some point we should put up some traps
Some
in our
defenses,
hallway.
yeah. All right.
Traps in our hallway, beer in our bellies. It's another day in the Dwarven Fortress.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
All right, we're out.